Interesting week 3, say the least. We're going to go over the scoreboard before we get into our week 4 picks. Bills beat the Dolphins 31-21. Bills still rolling. Bills looking good. Texans and Jaguars. I tried my best to stay away from this one for a few days. I'm not going to lie to you. If I said in week 2 it was a catastrophe, I don't even know if I can come up with a word can beat catastrophe. I don't know if I can come up with one. That can get you hurt. Those kind of losses right there can get you hurt. But I'll try my best. What can be catastrophe? I'm just going to say it was a universal, devastating, pandemonium meltdown. That's the only way I can describe it. Whatever they did in week 2, if you ever can do bad good, that's what these Texans did. They did bad good. Let's list off some things, why don't we? Offensive line, penalties, play calling, coaching.
I got no idea what you're going to do or say ever. You're all over the place. I was a one guy in your court, the one guy. I was your defender and your apologist, but no more.
You know what I want to ask? All right, before halftime. Was it 3rd and 12? We don't have anything going for us the whole game for us, the Houston Texans. You DeMeco Ryans and these Texans, you already waving a white flag? Opportunity to get points before half. They chose to run the ball on a 3rd and 12. Are you kidding me? See, stuff like that can have you on the ground squirming and shaking and wiggling. That's why I had to stay away from it. I don't even want to break something down like that. Whatever they had a few seasons ago, they completely lost all of it. They lost all of it. Critiquing it, you can sound crazy. Because that's how terrible it is. Critiquing this thing can sound crazy. Because they're losing the same way every week. The same way. Anytime you don't see DeMeco Ryans' pretty, pearly, white teeth, if you don't see this man's teeth, your season is headed in the wrong direction. You know how they have the world's dumbest criminals? For some reason, that's how I feel like on that podium with DeMeco Ryans and C.J. Stroud. They're repeated offenders. Yeah, they're repeated offenders going up there incriminating themselves every week. We make the plays. I mean, we're right there. All we got to do, if we make that stop right there, it's a different game. Fumble, we head back to the other end. We're talking about a different ball game here, folks. We're talking about a different ball game. We just have to make the plays. We've been in every game this year. Every game. All we got to do is figure out how to finish those plays. And C.J. Stroud, we're almost there. We're going to stay together as a unit. Keep fighting. Everything doesn't happen overnight. We got a brotherhood in that locker room. We're going to stay strong. Iron sharpens iron. We're going to chop some wood. We're going to carry some water. These guys sound like complete idiots up there at the podium. Idiots. But hey, we ain't going to get no aneurysm over it. No. If we got to take some weeks off, we ain't going to get no aneurysm over these guys. Absolutely not. So the Jaguars took them down. Jaguars of all people. Took them down 17-10. Raiders and Commanders. Commanders put a good whipping on those Raiders. I think I picked those Raiders this week. Well, last week. And I thought it might come out for me. And it didn't. 41-24 Commanders without Jaden Daniels. That's right, without Jaden Daniels. So Raiders got some issues they got to figure out over there. Quarterback play, everything. Get ignited. You would think Carroll over there would put some energy in these guys. But like I said, it's still early in the season, but you still don't want it to fall off the table where you can't pick it up and place it straight back up. Because if you wait too long, you wait wrong. You know how it goes. Falcons and Panthers. The Panthers put a foot in the Falcons and sent them right back up in the sky where they came from. 30-0, a goose egg, an egg that the Falcons laid right before kickoff. Packers and Browns. This one shocked me. I think this is one of my losses as well on my picks. Hey, Browns got them one. Game-winning field goal against the Packers. That's a big win for the Browns at home. Beating those Packers, because those Packers were smelling themselves. If you listen to Micah Parsons, he believed they was going undefeated. Dog Pound showed him something. Pulled it out 13-10. Let's go down one. Chargers beat the Broncos 23-20. That's not really a shocker. I knew it would be a good one. But Chargers at home is a tough one. Go down one. Oh, my. Oh, my. Of all the times I actually picked the Cowboys to win and what they do to me. They helped me out the week before. I'll give them that. But just when you believe the Cowboys will beat the Bears in their place, how terrible the Bears have played. Bad news Bears, right? They was the bad news Bears before this game. And you know what? All the hope and admiration I had reigned true in this ball game. He had the best game of his pro career against the Cowboys at home. Magnificent numbers. Magnificent. If this kid can pick it up from here and just keep on going, it'll be a beautiful thing to see. It would be. Best game of his career. Congratulations for Caleb Williams getting off the snide with that one at home against those Cowboys. That was huge. And 31-14 at that. Oh, yeah. We're going to find out what Caleb was really made of now, though. Because after a performance like that, you just can't take a complete back seat and just go back out there and just fall apart like you don't know what you're doing. Sacks, throwing the ball all over the place. No, you don't want to do that. We're not saying you can't have a bad game, but you just can't have a terrible game. Good game by him. Let's take this down one. Giants, the one we put the clips on. That was a good game. That was a good one. As far as the score, you look at it, you say, what do you mean that was a good game? Highlights in that game. But Russell Wilson, oh my goodness. Who said it best? Had me laughing. Oh, who was it? Dan Graziano, what's his name? Graziano or something like that. The guy said Russell Wilson threw a terrible game. He said, and when they got in scoring position, he threw it in the tunnel. I said, oh, man. He ain't right, man. He said Russell Wilson, he got him in scoring position. He threw the ball in the tunnel. And he ain't lying that ball. I don't know where he was throwing that ball, man. I don't know what the hell Russell Wilson was doing. But right now, after come off a good game, and he come in this game, and it's like, what the hell is Russell doing out there? You haven't won a game yet. Now it's time to pull the plug. All right? I done seen the Giants head coach already. They trying to squeeze it out of him. He don't want to come off the information. We already know what's going to happen. Just go ahead and put it on the table. You about to pull the plug and go with Jaxson Dart. That's no secret to nobody. So Dayball, go ahead and get it done. Let's go on up. Bengals and Vikings. Bengals can't have another season like this, man. They can't. Joe Burrow, they need you back bad. They need you back bad. Man, I hope these Bengals will have another season like they did last season. They can't afford it. It all depends on when Burrow is coming back. But will the season be gone when he gets back? Colts and Titans. I don't know what to say about these Colts. They're starting to scare me now. They're the king of that division. Yeah. They look like they want the division. All I do is keep talking about Daniel Jones, and what he does, he keeps going out there making it happen. I ain't listening to the critics. He's out there throwing that football. Throwing the football. But yeah, 41-20, Colts beat the Titans. And oh my goodness. Rams and Eagles. Eagles pulled it out against the Rams, and I went against my Eagles this week. And it wasn't bad to do that. You saw how the game went. It was that close. A blocked field goal by Davis away. That's how close. Game went down to the wire. We already talked about finding ways to win. This team can beat you in all kind of facets of the game. That's the crazy part about it. Any way you want to go out there and lace them up, they're willing to do it. What kind of game you want to play? Team don't have no weaknesses. Everybody is finding ways to make plays. There's a lot of games this season you could have said the Eagles could have easily lost. But they're finding ways to pull it out. And that is scary. This team hasn't even played at their best yet. They're not even close to playing at their best. Eagles pulled it out, 33-26. Steelers beat the Patriots. But yes, they pulled it out, 21-14 against the Patriots. I thought the Patriots might get them at home. I did. And I knew the Steelers won that sharp. They're still trying to work out some kinks. Along with Philadelphia. But they're still finding ways to win. Jets and Buccaneers. So the Buccaneers was able to pull it out, 29-27. All right? Bring us down one. We're going to get the picks in a minute. I just want to go through the scoreboard real quick. I'm not going to elaborate too much on the picks, though, like I'm doing here on the scoreboard. Because it'll be 2 hours or so before this one gets done. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to drag it out that far. Saints and Seahawks. Seahawks 44-13. But Seahawks, man, they're surprising. They're surprising me. That's a lot of points, okay? What they got going on down there in Seahawks land, right? Let's bring it down one. But yes, they got them 44-13. Cardinals and 49ers. Oh my. Beat the Cardinals 16-15. But like I say, it's hard to beat the 49ers at home. And just like the Packers, for some reason, these are great home teams. Yeah, I might pick you to win, but don't mean I want you to win. All right? Let's take this down. Lions and Ravens. Oh my goodness. Y'all seen it. Y'all watched the game. Keep mentioning it all the time, right? These Baltimore Ravens, what I always say, for some reason, I don't know what happens, but something happens down the stretch that cost them to lose the game. Drop ball, quarterback strip fumble, missed field goal, whatever happens to these Baltimore Ravens, it always happens down the stretch. And I didn't want it to happen, folks. I didn't. I just go with my mind. That's all I do. That's all I do. And I got a check mark on this game right here because I rode with those lines. I just had a feeling. I did. Ravens going to have to figure it out. They can play good for 3.5 strong quarters. Sometimes all regular season, they play outstanding. But they get to that pivotal playoff game. And right now, the way they're playing, going to be playing on the road, they don't get it together. You have these Ravens play the Bills up there messing with the Mafia. You tell me who I'm going with. The Buffalo Bills against the Baltimore Ravens when that time comes. Who you think I'm going to be rolling with? And for us, Derrick Henry, at first, you looked at this guy, he was like, this guy's not a fumbler. He rarely fumbles. Well, you're starting to see it more on a regular basis. That's the problem. That's why he's over there about to fall out like somebody took his pacifier away from him. But he has to learn. He has to squeeze that ball tight. He got to start thinking about it now when he's running that ball because they're coming behind and they're trying to punch it out. You got to understand they can't tackle this guy. He's a freight train running loose off the tracks. Anything they can do, poke that ball out, rip it out, squeeze it out. That's exactly what they're going to do. And a guy like him shouldn't be fumbling anyway. Too big, too aggressive, too effective. Guys like him don't supposed to be fumbling at all. So I feel his pain. I just hope you found your pacifier. So let's go ahead and get these picks out of the way for week 4. Bring this down. Yeah, there we go. There it is, right there. Thursday night. What kind of game are they putting on Thursday night? The Seahawks and the Cardinals. Who in the hell want to watch the Seahawks and the Cardinals? That's the first thing you think about when you see this lineup. Seahawks and Cardinals. But you sit back and you got to look at it like we haven't seen these two teams yet all season. The name might not be in lights, but it has some kind of star power to it. I mean, you get to see some great wide receiver play. You got Cup out there. Of course, you got that Marvin Harrison Jr. I haven't seen him play a whole game yet, I think, since he's been in the league. So I might be looking forward to this matchup. Okay? So you got a little spice to it. I'm going with the Seahawks, okay, in week 4. That's the way we're going to do it. All right. Commanders and Falcons. I'm going to go with the Commanders. I don't know if Jaden Daniels going to be back for that game or not, but I'm still going to go with the Commanders. The Falcons, to me, they're starting to lose a little bit of luster. I want to see them string together a few games in a row, but I'm going with the Commanders in week 4. Okay? Titans and Texans. I'm going with the Texans at home. This is a game. What will happen if something doesn't happen? That's all. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I am picking the Texans this week against the Titans. All right, Panthers and Patriots. I think the Panthers surprised a lot of people last week, didn't they? What they do? Did they score a lot of points last week? These Panthers, 30-0. No wonder I went away from those Falcons. That make you look at the Falcons a whole different way. I'm going with the Patriots. I'm going to say that was a fluke by the Panthers. Nah, I don't see them putting up that many points again. I'm going to say this season. Browns and Lions. Do you know what would happen if the Browns beat the Lions at home? Come on. I'm going with the Lions in week 4 against the Browns. Colts and Rams. This one actually is going to be a good game. The Colts, and the way the Colts are playing right now, yeah, against the Rams. Oh, man. You know what? I'm going with the Rams at home. Not that I'm trying to, discredit Daniel Jones. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams. Yeah, Sean McVay all day. Never can go wrong with him. And the receivers over there, they catching everything. Do you hear me? Everything. Yeah, Rams in week 4. Just the Colts. All right, let's take this one down. Ravens and Chiefs. Oh, this is the one. This is one of the ones, I will say. I hope I don't regret it, but I'm going with the Ravens. For some reason, I think these Chiefs are going to continue to slump down. They're not going to be consistent. I don't see the Chiefs this year running off 3-4 games in a row. I just don't see that. Now, when they get back healthy, it might be a different story. They can, work up some momentum and try to go on a streak. But right now, I don't see this team racking just wins in a row like that. They're going to win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 3, or something like that. That's how I'm looking at the Chiefs this season until they get it together. I think the Ravens are going to be snarling, growling, foaming at the mouth, upset about the loss they just got Monday Night Football, right? Against these Detroit Lions, and they're going to come out and be hungry and going to play the Chiefs all the way down to the wire and find a way to win it. That's going to be a game there. There could be a lot of points. It just depends, right? But I think the Ravens will pull it out against the Chiefs in week 4. That wasn't too long, was it? Anyway, yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. All right. Let's go down one. Jets and Dolphins. Even though the Dolphins are at home, if you can't beat these Dolphins, Aaron Glenn, and these Jets, I won't pick you again for the rest of the season. I will be that heartbroken. Jets in week 4. Let's take this thing to the top. Let's take it to the top. Vikings and Steelers. That will be a nice one. I'm going with the Steelers. Steelers at home. I'm riding that wave. Steelers play well at home as well. And Vikings, they still playing with a backup. But I still have faith in those Steelers. We're going with the Steelers in week 4. Chargers and Giants. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this my upset of the week. I'm going with those Giants at home against the Chargers. That's the upset of the week for me right there. Something is telling me these Giants, I know they've been coming off some little heartbreaks here and there, but they've been very close on a lot of these games, some of these games, except we know with the Chiefs, they kind of ran off with it a little bit. But something telling me Dart might be playing in this game. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. They haven't won a game yet. They have to get off the snide. I think they're going to pull it out against the Chargers. I could be wrong, but you know what? I'm going with my mind, and that's how we're rolling it for week 4. Against those Chargers. Eagles and Buccaneers. I think Mike Evans is out a couple of weeks, huh? Makes this pick even more enticing to go with my birds, right? Buccaneers at home, they're tough. They're still going to be tough, even without Mike Evans. But I'm going with my birds. Good win last week. Did it in a different fashion. Instead of just trying to pound the run, we went airborne. I love it. Eagles in week 4. Saints and Bills. Bills. Okay. Jaguars and 49ers. It's tough to go get the 49ers at home. You know, I always say that. Always say that. Oh, man, but you know what? I'm going to go with the Jaguars. Just because they beat the Texans? Who knows? Maybe. They feeling good about themselves. I would say that. 49ers at home. Tough out for anybody. But I'm going to say the Young Bucks going to go down there and get them. Why not? Jaguars in week 4. Bears and Raiders. The Raiders. Shouts out to Berman, of course. I'm going with the Bears. Sorry, Eva. Sorry, Eva. I'm going with the Bears, man. The Bears feeling good right now. They're rolling. Finally, Caleb Williams got something going. He's hot. He's streaking right now. Best game of his career in the NFL, even though it's short, but it's the best game of his career. And I got to roll with him. You know, I want good things coming from him. I want him to stack it on top of each other going into weeks with that kind of play. And the Raiders, y'all hungry, y'all desperate, y'all need it, y'all at home. This thing could slide off the cracker if you do not find a way to pull this game out. This thing is going to go south real quick. You got to find a way. But I'm rolling with the Bears in week 4. All right, let's go down. Packers and Cowboys. This the other game I was talking about, folks. Must watch. Just like the Ravens and Chiefs. Packers and Cowboys is a must-see because of Micah Parsons going back to Dallas, playing those Cowboys. I'm going Packers. I'm going Packers, man. Cowboys did let me down last week, and I got a memory like an elephant. I'm going with the Packers in week 4. It's the Cowboys. It's going to be a hell of a game. Anybody can win it, but I made my pick. All right? Let's go down one. Bengals and Broncos. I'm definitely going with the Broncos at home. Hey, ain't no Joe Burrow, man. I mean, what do you want from me? Huh? What do you want from me? Burrow's not out there. If Burrow was there and this team was clicking like they're supposed to be clicking, I would have easily picked them. Week 4, I'm going with the Broncos. Those are my picks. Take a good close look. I went through all these picks, and you know what I forgot to do? Tell y'all how we did last week. 10-6. That's the record. Now we're dipping a little bit from week 1 and week 2. But what did I say? As long as we make double digits, we doing all right. 10-6 last week. All right. So y'all enjoy yourselves on this weary Wednesday. Thanks for y'all time. Appreciate it. Be safe. We're out of here. Peace.